Hi, everybody. It's Ryan from Pie Records, and I'm here with David and Michael from the Burial Ghouls. How are you guys?
What's up, man? Good, doing good.
So, this is your first interview. I'm sure you have a lot to talk about. Let's start with how the Burial Ghouls got together.
You want to take that, David?
Yeah. So we had ended up talking about doing a remote, like pretty much a hardcore band, and went back and forth with that for a while, and ended up with that not working out, and got to talking about everything Halloween and horror related.
Oh yeah. We wanted to do kind of like a horror survey. I knew David way back from like our old hardcore scene, and the dude wore like really cool like Frankenstein shirts and stuff. And then I noticed like in his Facebook photos, he's wearing like cool clothes, and I was like, yo, this dude's into monsters and Halloween and stuff. And we got to talking, and yeah, one thing led to another. It's like, dude, I would love to do like a horror surf band. And he's like, oh shit, me too. And yeah, dude, we started sending stuff back and forth, and it's been the Burial Ghouls ever since.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It came down to it, our enjoyment of vintage Halloween decorations, old school horror films, scary stuff, and just good music in general, regardless of genre. It's just how it worked out.
Yeah, I listened to some of your stuff that you had on the Instagram page, and I love that really open surf kind of spooky Western vibe. Where do you draw your inspiration for that? I know it's kind of like a horror theme, but is there a specific band that you kind of said I'd like to go down that road a little bit?
It was pretty much the, like, from a guitar standpoint, so much of music that you had out there, like on the radio, that was Halloween and horror related, was like 40s, 50s, 60s type stuff like that. And a lot of the bands use that doo-wop and surf vibe, and so kind of going along that tradition.
Very cool. Very cool. Go ahead, Michael.
Oh no, I was gonna say, man, like for me, like my inspiration goes, and I'll probably catch some flack for this, but everywhere from like disco to surf rock, like I like everything. But I think what really got me loving sort of this genre we've kind of dipped in is it all started with Halloween Hootenanny. It's like just like the classic old surf album, like Rob Zombie made it years ago. And I heard that, and my world was changed, and from then on, like I started getting into like the Ghastly ones, the Bomboras, like all those super, super good bands. And yeah, man, if we could be like a tenth as good as those bands, I would be happy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, with us drawing so many different influences from different music genres, it all comes out sounding like we sound. And the best part, that there, out of any music genre you can pull from, somewhere there are spooky and Halloween type songs out there, bands. I mean, it draws a lot of people in, and that's what drew us together.
Cool. David and Michael, respectively, which instruments do you play?
I play drums, and I'll do organ for recording, some vocals if needed.
And guitar and bass guitar as well.
Awesome. So where are you guys located that you said you were sending stuff back and forth? Are you far apart?
David lives in Boone, North Carolina, and I live in like the Greensboro area of,
Okay.
in North Carolina. So yeah, you know, we just kind of send stuff back and forth, man. And I mean, it's kind of been it's been really cool because he's kind of got a little bit of a setup and I've got a setup, and it's just meshed so well, you know. It's almost like I've played with him my whole life, you know.
Mm.
Just
It's
it
a
just
very
we meshed well. It's sick.
yeah, it's a very refreshing thing to throw an idea out there or to get an idea thrown out to you and to work with it and to just click so well and be able to come up with whatever idea, genre, tempo, whatever style we have in mind, and it coming out and sounding like the Burial Ghouls.
Cool. Where did you get a lot of horror surf bands have a story behind their name. Where did you get the Burial Ghouls from?
Oh, that was all David. I mean, you know, we were just like, hey, dude, we got to have a name for this. Like, what do you think? And the first one he threw out was like, you know what? That's perfect. You know, I guess he just had it in his head, and you know, it's stuck. I like it.
Just throwing things around and coming from, you know, that very old school horror and movie vibe. You know, Vincent Price, Peter Cushing, stuff like that. This sort of gothic horror and but with a little bit of cheesiness to it as well.
Cool. So the two of you living in North Carolina, how would you describe the scene, if there is a scene, or the bands that are in North Carolina playing surf music?
I'm not really aware of that many, to be honest, which is surprising, you know, seeing that we're, you know, a coastal state. But yeah, I haven't heard of a lot. Of you, David?
There's a lot of beach music and like boardwalk music. You're like more on your just like beach music, kind of swing vibe, I would say. What do you call it? I don't know, kind of like doo-woppy stuff as well. It seems to be a big thing with that, but however, I mean, there are many surf bands out there. Any kind of like rockabilly, things like that. However, I try to dive into it as much as I can these days and trying to reach out to some people and some bands in general and just feel what it is to throw myself into that whole thing and see what we can come up with connection wise. And that is a big thing.
Cool. Any good bands coming your way that you might get on the bill with?
Not yet, because we haven't really decided when we're going to play shows, which we're working up to that. But like David said, it's just a matter of, like, you know, Instagram has been huge, and there's been some really good bands add us and stuff. And I mean, we would be open to it, but you know, with you know, the pandemic, we were trying to any kind of playing shows. That's never really been on the table, but you know, we're really excited to do that. We're more than willing to hop on shows that we get invited to. That would be amazing.
The
Awesome.
main thing would be to get into you know, just keep getting our music out there and to keep writing and recording just as we do and try to make as many connections as possible in order to do that. And I've been working up my live rig because I record everything into an interface that we have recorded. It would be guitar, a actual spring reverb by Surf Industries, and my audio interface into a amp modeler, and I've taken the guitar and reverb route and messed with my live amplifier, my tube amplifier, and have recently been trying to work that out and get the sound that I hear and feel in the things that we record. And I've started to really make a breakthrough on that route.
Nice. So how many songs have you had recorded, and did you get a chance to put anything out during the pandemic?
We put several things out during that time period. I want to say probably within the first 6 months, we probably had the first 7 songs done. Am I right in that? I think it's like maybe 7 songs. So we got up to the song "The Contract," and I think that was song number 8.
Mm-hmm.
And am I correct?
Yeah.
So probably 8 songs, and as far as total songs, I think we have 13 or 14, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Great.
And we got together and worked alongside each other with it, even though we're miles apart, and just kept writing things, putting things out, sending things back and forth, giving the lowdown to each other, and just being like, well, how does this work? And we've had to work up to a point to where, I mean, we just started doing this and we've perfected it in a lot of ways. And it's very refreshing to work on something and to record it, work it out, make sure everything sounds as best as it possibly can, and to put it out there.
Days later.
Yeah, and we've been up, going nonstop here and there. There's been like moving involved and just life in general and technology issues lately, and just trying to keep moving. But it's easy. It's something to work on and something to make better, whether it be playing or from a production standpoint.
Yeah, we're to a point now to where we work so good together. Like, our ideas, because I mean, it's kind of like a hive mind. Like, we kind of have like the same expectation of what we want, and
That's hard
man,
to come by.
Yeah, I mean, it really is refreshing because, like we said, we were in the North Carolina hardcore scene here, and I can't tell you in like a 6-month period how many bands I've been in, like, oh, hey, you want to start a 30-second grindcore band? It's like, oh yeah, let's do it. And that might last 2 practices, death metal, and it just never works out. But here it is, I've got with this guy, and we're playing in a spooky surf band, and I tell you, it's like the most rewarding band, man. I love it. I hope we're around for a long time, and I hope people dig our stuff. We're going to keep digging and keep trying to make good tracks.
Yeah,
awesome.
as long as we keep going and do what we do what we enjoy, there are other people that dig it, whether it's from a music standpoint, whether it's from like the spooky feel of it all. I mean, we do what we do, and if people dig it, that's great.
So along with the horror vibe in the music, do you have plans for a stage show? Any kind of costumes or anything?
Oh yeah, we're gonna play in costume, 100%.
Awesome.
Yeah, we were debating whether we should wear costume for the Zoom call, but then we were
that
like,
would have been awesome.
Maybe not.
I have had people do that.
I saw one of your videos a couple weeks back, and a guy did, and I was like, oh man, that's awesome. We could probably pull it off. But then again, I wear like, dental distortions, and they kind of give me a lisp, and I wanted to make sure that, so.
This is me, whether it be on a regular day or whether it be with the music that we put out and write, minus the teeth.
But you know you've always got them in your pocket though. Yeah, dude.
So you spoke about vocals, which is I don't want to say rare, but kind of uncommon for instrumental surf bands. Where do you draw inspiration for that to kind of click well with the music?
To be honest, I mean, kind of like, actually, I've only done one vocal part, and that was on the contract. But I've done, you know, like voiceover stuff on some of our tracks. But as far as the contract, that was, you know, a rockabilly. I mean, and I could even say like maybe like the Bee Gees, not the Bee Gees. Well, the Bee Gees sort of, the Bee Gees and like the Beach Boys kind of vibe, you know.
Very bluesy.
Yeah.
It's more of like, it's like a Crossroads feel, and with it being called the contract. And when you finally make it to that point, and there's a pretty much a pause, and it comes in hard and heavy, a lot of distortion, and it's like that point where you've made the deal, and pretty much here comes you know, the fire. And
yeah, it's a hip slapper, dude.
Yeah. So they're the way I feel when those background vocals kick in with the heavy drums and guitar, it's like you've signed your soul.
That's cool. That's cool. And that Crossroads movie was a big part of my youth.
Heck yeah.
So do you guys put your music out yourself, or do you have some labels working with you?
No, it's just us. Yeah, I mean, we're open, you know, to that, but I mean, you know, then again, it's working so well right now, man. We're just gonna ride the train, you know. People are, you know, if they want to reach out to us, hey, that's cool. And also I wanted to put this out there. If you're in North Carolina and we're looking for other members, people that are consistent and, you know, are passionate about this kind of thing, we would love to have people reach out to us, because I'm okay at organ, but we need like a legit, like, you know, someone that could set the bitch on fire, you know. So
awesome. Well, before we wrap it up, is there anything else you guys would like to mention, or something we haven't talked about?
We our music is going to be on Spotify very shortly. So, you know, because right now the only way you could hear it is on, you know, Instagram, or, you know, if you were to reach out to us, we would send it to you. But it's going to be on Spotify very soon, and hopefully, you know, people will like what they hear, man.
Do you guys have a Bandcamp page?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We had talked about it, and you know, we may reach that point at some point, but you can find us at the Burial Ghouls on Instagram, and that's just where we put everything out, whether it be crazy videos with the songs we've put out, or it might be some picture or clip. We try to stay active in our stories on Instagram as well. The main thing I would say, you know, if you enjoy the music, keep enjoying it. You never know who might come across us. We do what we do because we enjoy it, and we enjoy the vibe and the feel of it. Just the spooky feel, the feel of like an everlasting fall, if you will.
Absolutely.
We do what we do because we enjoy doing it, and encourage, you know, anyone else just to be themselves and do what they want to do.
Cool. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on the show, and also to thank you for plugging this episode on your Instagram page. I saw that. Thank you very much.
Not a problem.
So I wish you guys the best of luck. Keep in touch with me. And then when you get like a CD or a 7-inch or something, we'll get together and talk about it.
Okay, cool. And also let me after this is done, let me get your information and I'll send you some of the merch that we have. I'll send you like a trucker cap and some stickers.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you guys take care. Have a good night.
You
Thank
too,
as
man.
well.